One of the main questions I get every year is, what makes your leads different? Or why would I work with Lead Concepts as opposed to a different company or another mail house? Good morning or afternoon, depending on what time you logged in and what time you're watching. My name is Steve Weir. I'm with Lead Concepts. I'm glad to be attending the summits again this year. When we talk specifically about AEP, I have been generating leads for AEP since the beginning of Medicare Advantage. In 2019, Lead Concepts mailed 7 million mailers for AEP from the beginning of August to the end of October. Our average response was 3.5% nationwide. That is amazing. 7 million mailers with 3.5%. If you didn't mail with us last year, you're missing out on a great opportunity. If you did mail with us last year, I hope that you're mailing again this year and you've reached out to me to begin your mail campaign. We designed a new mailer this year that is very specific in targeting and pointing out the benefits of Medicare Advantage plans. The benefits that seniors responded to predominantly last year were dental, vision, hearing, and gym memberships. So we've found that mailers that specifically mentioned those benefits to the annual enrollment target, those people responded more highly than the mailers that just simply said, send in your response card for more information about Medicare benefits that are available to you. The benefit-rich mailers have had a much higher response percentage than those that didn't specifically mention those benefits. So this year's annual enrollment mailer that we're presenting to you does have those mentioned on the mailer. So we feel that 3.5% that we had last year will be even higher this year. And I know that you're getting a lot of information from a lot of carriers and from Ritter and the broker managers, so that's all great. But over here you have the option to start a chat with me right now because I'm standing by in Dallas and I can answer any questions. If I haven't already answered them in the video, you can ask me specific questions. One of the main questions I get every year is, what makes your leads different? Or why would I work with Lead Concepts? And I tell them very specifically that we look at everything that would help you be successful in your campaign and your entire campaign. So if you do a mail campaign with me and we've discussed what your response rate will be, how many leads do you need? How many leads do you need to mail to get that many leads? Then you and I will have a full conversation about what your expectations should be in your area based on the ages and the incomes and the history of what we want to mail for you. I can tell you what your response percentage will be. Now, if that response doesn't pull, if we don't get as many as I tell you you're going to get, then I fix it. That's the difference. I fix it. At no cost to you, I will go back into your campaign and look at what worked and what didn't work and what areas do we need to do next, and I will do more mail for you. Because the campaign that you create is for you to be able to build your business. And while you're doing that, you're helping to build my business. So if you do one campaign and it doesn't work, then your business hasn't been helped and my business isn't going to be helped because you're not going to continue to do mail campaigns with me. So what I need to do is make sure that your campaign is successful. So I will do a second mail campaign with changes and adjustments and your approval to make sure that you get as many leads as I promised you you'd get so that you can keep building your business and you keep coming back to me for new leads. We must have a win-win. And if you don't win in your mail campaign, that's something that I need to fix. And that's what Lead Concepts does that I don't believe any other mail house would do. The next question everybody always asks is, what does the lead look like? So we have a beautifully designed lead, and you should absolutely take a look at it and read exactly what it says so you know what you'll be working with and what your prospects will be responding to. So there is a link with our catalog and a link with the specific pre-AEP lead that I want you to look at. Scroll down, look to the left or the right, someplace on this page is the link to our entire catalog. But you're welcome to send a note and I can email you the catalog as well. So whatever is easiest, but I would like you to see what the advertisement looks like because this year's pre-AEP lead is fantastic. You and I will have a conversation about the specifics of what your needs are. So if mailing to people who have the lowest incomes is not what you'd like, we'll make sure to eliminate the low-income seniors if you're not selling anything in the dual market or special needs plans. If you are, we'd encourage you to include those people as you'll be able to write them throughout the entire AEP. You can put on new Medicare Advantage plans, but you can also move people into different dual plans that are now available starting in 2021. The low-income people will help increase your response percentage as well as your sales. We recommend agents mail to people 65 to 80 who have incomes under $100,000. That's where we see the most responses, and we're targeting people most likely to respond to AEP mailers. We do all of the printing, addressing, and mailing. The leads will come back to us when the prospect sends them back. We pay the return postage as part of your campaign, and then we scan them and email them to you every day as we get them. The same day they're in our mailbox, they're emailed to you, and we put them into our lead link system, which is a lead delivery system that's available to you at no additional charge to be able to manage your leads, download your leads, see them from anywhere at any time. When you're building your client base, are there specific counties that you always work because they're convenient and they're easy for you to drive to? Well, in this new environment of electronic appointments and telephonic scopes, you can now expand that area into counties that are a little farther than maybe you've done in the past. This is a new benefit or a nice way of looking at what's happening in the world, is there is a new opportunity that maybe you haven't considered. If you're not going to be driving to everybody's home, you have more time to have appointments from home. You can make more calls. You have no drive time this year. So you can work those leads electronically and they can be 4 or 5 counties over. So if you look at what plans are available in 2021, and is there a county or a couple of counties that you haven't worked before that have excellent benefits and all of the plans that you offer, because we can mail into that county this year and add those to the counties that you're currently doing so that you can expand without ever having to leave your house. So I want you to think about where you're going to mail and what opportunities of areas that you hadn't thought of in the past because they were a little farther than you were willing to drive. Nobody wants to drive 2 or 3 hours to an appointment, but now your appointments are just simply a phone call away. So think about where you're going to mail this year and where you might have always wanted to mail but you never really wanted to drive that far. If you haven't gotten all of your questions answered, there's a chat right here. So you can click on the chat. I'm standing by and I can answer any questions that you have. Our phone number is right here. So you could call me now if it's helpful. My email is over here. So make a note of my email address. There's things everywhere so that you can reach out to me to get all your questions answered and get a mail campaign and get AEP going. But I wanted to thank you sincerely for watching the entire video. I know there are a lot of different videos and chat rooms that you're going to go into, but I appreciate that you spent a few minutes with me and Lead Concepts. Thank you and good luck this year in your AEP.